All the theories of ethics have this problem. They call it that you cannot, that in philosophical language, axiology or values is not grounded in ontology or the real. What is real here, can you derive your ethics from it? Modern science says no. Science is ethically neutral. Sam Harris has written a book trying to say how you can derive ethics from science. Doesn't work. Robert Wright has written a book, The Moral Animal, where he does the opposite. All the things which seem to be ethical, now he shows there's a Darwinian evolution working underneath that. In Vedanta, you find the ontological ground of ethics. To put it simply, these are my words, not Vivekananda never used such complex words. He just simply said, the ground of ethics, the ethics is we are one. Why should I not cut my neighbor's throat if it is to my advantage? Because we are one. If I harm the least amongst you, I'm harming myself. We are one reality. As I work for fulfilling my own goals, making myself happy, the enlightened person sees that I have to do that for the entire community because I am the entire community. Even selfishness there comes with a capital S, that you realize we are one existence. This is the surest foundation for ethics. He says that every religion, ethics is self-abnegation, where the self is sacrificed, smaller self is sacrificed for the whole. If you seriously think about it, how much of the wealth and facilities that we have do we truly need or truly deserve? Why should I deprive even the least of people outside who are suffering? Why should I have more than anybody else? I'll just leave you with a hint. Swami Vivekananda mentions this, but Derek Parfit, who passed away I think last year, Parfit, P-A-R-F-I-T, if you look him up, he's not well known in the public. Among philosophers, he's regarded as probably the most significant philosopher in the Western world in the last 50 years. He passed away, he was in Oxford, I think. His entire work was on ethics, most of it, and it was very similar to a Buddhistic idea of the self. But his work on ethics was self-abnegation, that there is, logically, if you look at it, there is no way to justify accumulation for one person. That since we are literally the same, then everybody has a right to it, that the community has a greater right to it than I personally have, and so on. So self-abnegation, sacrifice of this lower self for the greater self, that flows directly from the Vedantic idea of ethics. In Bhajananji's article, it's called Swami Vivekananda's Ontological Ethics, how he has grounded ethics in Vedanta. Final question, is it practical? Is it practical? Can it be done? People say it's too difficult. Swami Vivekananda was just of the opposite thing. That not only is it not difficult, it can be done, it must be done. Our own unhappiness, the terror of death will drive us towards it. Here is the solution. He says, fill your mind with the highest thoughts, the noblest thoughts, day and night, keep this before you. He says, there is too much stress on action. In America, in India, he said, do something. In America, he said, he said, there's too much stress on action. Thought first. And I was reminded of something I saw. It says, don't just do something, think. The reverse of what we normally say, don't just think, do something, is don't just do something, think. And Vivekananda says that. First, fill your mind with the noblest and highest thoughts. Then action will come from that. The greatest and noblest and unselfish action will come from the mind filled with such thoughts. We have hypnotized ourselves into littleness. I must tell you the story which Vivekananda loved. He told it in this talk, that there was a lion cub who was born, and when in giving birth, the mother, the lioness, died, and the cub fell in the midst of sheep. And it was brought up by the sheep, and it grew up thinking it was sheep, a lamb or something. And it started eating grass and making friends with the little sheep. Years later, it was fully grown. A big lion came hunting, and it was astonished to see in the midst of the sheep a fully grown lion who was eating grass. And so this lion stalked that young lion and chased it and jumped on it and grabbed it. And the sheep lion, the young lion was so terrified, he started bleating. He said, let me go, you're scaring me, you're scaring me. And he said, no, you are not sheep, you are a lion. Said, no, I am not. No, sir, you're scaring me, let me go. Let me go back to my friends. And he was bleating. And this big old lion dragged him to the pool of water and said, look at my reflection. He got even more scared. Oh my God, it's terrifying. Now look at your own reflection. Looks and says, see, you are a lion as much as I am. Roar like me. And he realized that I am a lion. And so are we. We are spending so much time with the sheep of body and organs and mind and the littleness and the material nature. We have reduced ourselves to materiality, to material nature. We are the lion of the spirit. We are pure consciousness, immortal. Nothing can touch us. Nothing ever has, nothing ever will. This entire life is an expression of our glory. So with that spirit, realizing that I am that lion of Vedanta, let us live this life. Swami Vivekananda says, tell yourself again and again, I am he, soham, soham. I am that Brahman, I am that Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi. Tell yourself again in happiness and in misery. At the point of death, tell yourself, I am Brahman. If you have realized it, if you have seen, if you have understood it, it's a fact for you and you are in bliss. If you have not understood it, even just telling yourself that, bringing to mind these teachings, it's such a tonic. I remember a great Swami whom I joined under. He used to serve Swami Premeshananda, who was a disciple of the Holy Mother. And that Swami was regarded as an enlightened person. He was very sick towards the end of his life. And one night, this old Swami was lying in the bed, and the young monk who was serving him saw that the old Swami was groaning with pain. He said, I didn't know what to do. And I asked the Swami, what can I do to lessen your suffering? And the Swami said, get out Swami Vivekananda's Jnana Yoga, switch on the light and start reading. And he starts reading. And the Swami goes into a deep and restful, sleep or meditation or quiet. No, all sign of pain goes away from him. Now, what was happening there? That Swami knows the real nature. He just needs a little reminder. Like Sri Ramakrishna would need a little reminder to go into samadhi. Somebody closed an umbrella in front of him and his mind went into samadhi. Gathering in the mind, closing an umbrella. And his mind goes into samadhi, absorbed in the self within. He transcends pain by centering himself in the real nature. Tell yourself again and again, I am that self. Vivekananda concludes with his famous exhortation, arise, awake and stop not till the goal is reached. It's from the Kathopanishad. The original mantra is, Uttishtata jagrata prapya varan nibodhata kshurasya dhara nishita duratvaya durgam pathastat kavayo vadanti. Arise. The commentator Shankara is so beautiful. He says, O sentient being, he's calling us, O sentient being, arise from the beginningless sleep of Maya. Awaken into your real nature as the pure consciousness. Prapya varan nibodhata is, how do you do that? Go to those great teachers who can give you this knowledge. Nibodhata, become enlightened. That Vivekananda adapted into, arise, awake and stop not till the goal is reached. The next part is also interesting. I'll end with that. Kshurasya dhara nishita duratyaya. Kshurasya dhara means the path is like the razor's edge. This is what Somerset Maugham in his book. So the beginning of the book he quotes from this verse, Kathopanishad. He says the path is as narrow and sharp as the razor's edge. And that's the name of the book, the razor's edge. Kshurasya dhara nishita duratyaya. Durgam pathastat kavayo vadanti. The great sages. Even the name for the sages is so beautiful. It calls them the great poets. The great poets say the path is difficult. It's because it's so subtle. So that's why you need the teachers, you need the knowledge to realize our own nature.